Alright, welcome back. Hope you grabbed some water or something, a little snack. Our 10-minute break's over. We've got Philippines versus Taiwan now. Very, very excited for this matchup. I'm still Azer, and I'm still joined by Quinton. Hello.
Hey. Yeah, this one, Azer, on paper, one of the closer ones, right? Seed 14 versus seed 19. Philippines being seed 14, qualifying relatively high. Definitely, I believe, the highest in recent years. Taiwan on the other side, someone on the downwards trajectory, I would say, in the qualification positions. But once again, a team to not underestimate. So I do believe we have quite a match on our hands for this one.
Yeah, I mean, Philippines kind of just showing up out of nowhere this week. Not this week, this year. I mean, they haven't ever really had a strong performance in OWC, but now I think they're here to change that. Lots of their players really showing up recently. I mean, most notably Henry, who's been popping off a little bit everywhere. Just recently won Course Ace a couple months ago. Zone Louise as well, been pretty good, and a couple of new faces that we might see. But I mean, mostly just looking at those two players, maybe Ramu as well, who's played several times already, but I mean, kind of also have been playing a lot better than before. So solid upwards trajectory for Philippines here. Then Taiwan, on the other hand, I mean, I want to say they're also kind of going on a downward trajectory, but I mean, they've lost a couple of their really key players. They still have the majority of the really important players, right? You're still looking at Flask and Riser and Shield and Dazzlewin and Zane. You know, those people are all still here. And I mean, Taiwan in early stages is always really scary.
Yeah, I told you a couple minutes ago, but Taiwan has never lost a round of 32 match, which is just a weird, a crazy statistic. And definitely, the thing is, this is, I believe, the first time they're the lower seed in the round of 32 matchup, right? So this might be first time where they lose one. The Philippines were able to beat them, obviously. But then again, this is not an easy match for Philippines, right? Taiwan is, well, they're just really strong, and they've never been kicked out of the winners bracket in this round. So not an easy task for either team at this stage. We see rolls coming in, and a roll 2 and a roll 6 coming out from both teams. So really small rolls, you could say. But we're waiting to see who gets big first, who gets bad first. I do believe on paper, well, looking at the qualifier scores, Taiwan absolutely crushes Philippines on double time, and then Philippines beats them on every other map except for Nomad 1 from the qualifiers. So on paper, you would imagine Philippines bans something from the double time pool. I would say double time 2, given how that map looked real difficult from last match. And then from the Taiwanese side, I'm not entirely sure. There's quite a few options for them to ban, but obviously not double time because they're so heavily favored on that one, I would say.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky. I don't think you can really go off of the qualifiers statistics in terms of what they are going to ban. I mean, Taiwan is pretty well-rounded, I would say. I don't think they have any particular strengths or weaknesses. They have some players that are most of their core players, I guess, which this year seems to be Dazzlewind and Shield. I would say their core previously was definitely Flask and Riser, but they've both kind of been stepping out for their other players. So if you're looking at Dazzlewind and Shield, which have played spectacularly in qualifiers, I think those would tend to prefer more mechanic-oriented picks, I would say. So I actually think this might be the only match where you'll see Nomad 2 played. Both teams, both teams on paper have the some of the best players at that map. Shield, how many maps last year that we should see Shield almost SS in Nomad 2? It was 4 or 5 of them or something. It was ridiculous performance from Shield specifically on that map. But I mean, on Philippines, they've had some of the highest Nomad 2 scores. You have Henry with 200s. You have K15 as well with 300s, and Zone Louise with 5. They are really comfortable at that. So this might be the only. I'm kind of hopeful. It's been banned almost every single match. So
there's a lot of hope right now, but I believe. We'll see where they take their bans. Philippines going to be playing Hard Rock 2 actually, so Hard Rock 2 once again not going to be able to be seen as we didn't see it last match either. So Hard Rock 2 taken away by Team Philippines, and now Taiwan, right? I think if there's one map you definitely do not want to see getting banned.
Yeah, Hard Rock 2 also hasn't really been played, I think, in a single match either. Nomad 3 will be the ban, so they're opting for more consistency, alt map being banned. This kind of makes sense. Yeah, I think this is one of, I think, 2 matches that have Nomad 2 left open. So I think one of these 2 teams will be looking to pick that. Maybe they respect each other a lot on that pick, so I don't know. It's possible that it's just not played at all, but you know, hopium.
Yeah, there is still a chance, right? It's left open, so we'll see where they take it. Philippines, I think, well, they're gonna look for anything that's not double time, I would say. It might just be that Nomad 2, right? They might just hop in that, given how their performance in the qualifiers was that incredible on it. Well, on its counterpart, right? But they do get it to pick first, but they are taking their time. Perhaps not expecting that Nomad 3, just trying to get everyone aligned. That first pick sometimes takes quite a while to get going. As soon as you're in that rhythm of in the match, then picking gets way easier, or at least in my personal experience. But we're gonna go for Fremont 2. So I believe Fremont 2 was the map where we saw quite a lot of hard rock overmods in the last match, and we are expecting those as well, I do believe. I think Spain, in particular, early this morning had like 6 mods on this one, so this one is definitely one of those really dense maps where hard rock overmodding is just helping you with reading, even though the map's a little bit harder, but when it's how it's round of 32, most of these players should still be comfortable with a round of 32 hard rock, right?
I think this is actually a pretty good pick for Philippines. I kind of like this. I don't think Taiwan has that very key hidden player on this map, because one person has to play it on hidden. You're probably looking at Flask for that, but this is also kind of a speedier map. So I'm not sure. They've got a limited like selection of people here. I'm not too worried about anything else. They've got a lot of like really solid Nomad and Hard Rock players. Likely to see some overmodding on this as well. We've been seeing that every single match. But yeah, that one hidden player, like who is it?
Yeah, and a lot of pressure is on their shoulders as well, right? We've seen it in previous matches as well. The hidden player does make quite a difference, right? Especially given the density of this map, it's easy to lose quite a lot of accuracy or just find consistent misses, and it's gonna hurt your team score quite a lot. So definitely looking forward to that one. But I believe on the Taiwanese side, I think Shields can play hidden quite well, actually.
I don't think they're gonna put Shield on. They're gonna want to put Shield on something that he can really carry. So I think they're gonna play Shield on Hard Rock, give him that extra score, because it's not going to be a problem at all for them. Who? I don't know. I'm pretty curious to see that maybe Dazzlewind will play hidden. But on the side of Philippines, it's probably Enri playing the hidden. It could also be Ramu. I don't know. Philippines has a lot more players that are comfortable with all the mod types on this, so I actually really like this as a first pick on paper. Let's see it. The suspense is killing me. Who's playing hidden?
Yeah. Everyone reading up, and there's a start command, so only 5 more seconds. We'll see. We see Enri, Zone Luis, Ramu, and Nathan Ram coming in for Team Philippines, and it's gonna be actually Ramu on the hidden, and then on the Taiwanese side, it's Dazzlewind on the hidden, Shield and Rise with the hard. So a slight overmod coming from Team Taiwan, but surprisingly so, there's only 5 mods on the board, right? Expected way more. I think Team Spain had more mods than both of these teams combined, so curious to see how that's going to go for either team, actually.
I mean, if you have players that are able to read how dense this is on Nomad, I think it really plays to your advantage. It just makes the map significantly easier if you don't struggle with the reading at all. Like, this eliminates all of the aim factor, essentially, because it's CS3, so yeah, I kind of like the decisions. We'll have to see how the modded players do. We've seen a lot of misses on all of them throughout most of the matches. Dazzlewind already kind of struggling on the hidden on this.
Yeah, Willie and Rise are also finding breaks, so 1FC versus 4. Ramu also finding a break. Nathan Ram still with the double S. Same with Shield, actually, on the bottom side. Dazzlewind once again missing, so both hidden players have missed already. But that's 3 full combos versus 1 right now. Dazzlewind slightly struggling, actually. Bottom scoring right now, so that's giving Team Philippines quite the advance in the first quarter of this map.
Yeah, we're in that part of the map that is mostly aim focused for now. There's not much speed or reading or anything going on. It's just On Hidden, it's so dense. We've already seen so much struggle on some of these patterns. Oh, Shield finding a pretty key miss right before some of the speedier parts of this map. No aim at all on this, just a lot of bursts.
Yeah, Shield finding a miss, and that's a loss of C down for Team Taiwan. They have 2 high combos on Willy and Riser, but there's 3 full combos still on Team Philippines. The hidden player finds a miss on Ramu, but that should not make a difference given how his 3 teammates are still only on, and Taos is going to trade that one. So Team Philippines definitely in the driver's seat, and Nathan ends up dropping the double S, but still not to the full combo, which is vital for Team Philippines right now.
Yeah, they're in a really comfortable spot now. I mean, Willy just collapses, actually breaks his FC right before the break at the end of the map. And Philippines still has all 3 of them, everyone except for Ramu, which is also holding pretty insane accuracy, by the way, even though despite the 2 misses that he got. I think that's literally only the 2 misses.
Actually, yeah, as you said, 99 points, close to 99.7 actually. Beautiful front screen from Ramu. Willy finding more misses. Tony Louise actually going to be finding a drop as well. 1 FC down, but there's still 2 FCs on Nathan and Henry, right? So both of those players still holding on to a beautiful full combo, and they're putting in so much score. Riser is trying to... a lot of miss actually all over the board, but once again, 1 FC on Riser, on Henry versus 1 high combo on Riser, but it should still favor Team Philippines.
Yeah, this is a really, really good first pick from them.
And Ram also with quite a high supporting combo. That's Team Philippines going to be taking the first point, and they're going to be taking their own point, their own pick rather, and going up 1-0 against Team Taiwan. Let's throw a little bit too much in the middle section, I do believe. Had some key misses right before the break section from Willy, for example. That hurt their team score quite a lot, but Henry with the only person above 1 million. Beautiful performance
That's
once again.
600 from Ramu, though. Those misses, man, that could have been a pretty crazy score. I mean, Hidden is like the tank mod on this. It's really, really uncomfortable. So definitely playing a key part in the score difference here. But yeah, I mean, Henry with a very, very solid score. There are no mods, though, as well. Just holding until the very end. Really, really good first pick for Philippines.
Ramu also outscoring Dazzlewin by close to or over 20,000 points. So definitely quite a difference in the hidden department as well. So Ramu, really nice score coming from them, and even bottom score on Team Philippines. So overall, Team Philippines just a little bit stronger on free map 2. It was their pick to begin with, so that's somewhat expected. And now Team Taiwan get to choose next. So hidden left still open, double time still open completely. Obviously, Nomad 2. Gonna keep saying it until they pick it. Nomad 2 still left open.
I mean, you have to be looking at some of the DTs for Taiwan here, like. Some of the score, I mean, Taiwan doesn't win a lot of the head-to-head comparisons in score, but the ones that they do are all in DT, and they're all major skill differences in all of the DT maps and qualifiers, so probably looking for them to hover towards those maps.
Yeah, indeed. So they have 3 maps there that do seem quite, or somewhat Taiwanese favorite, right? So it's 3 points, and then that 4th point they can probably get on the way to, right? So I mean, they're going to go for the double time 2 pick, which is just completely understandable coming in from Team Taiwan. A really strong double time country. The Team
I like this. I like this pick as well from Taiwan. They've got all these much older players that probably have way more experience on this type of map. We just talked about how weird and old this map is, right? They've got a lot of people that have been playing for a very, very long time. I don't think you can really say the same about Philippines. There's some people that have been around for a while, like Zone Louise has been playing for a couple of years now, but I mean, most of the other players are quite new. They probably don't have that much experience on a pick like this, so this is pretty interesting.
Yeah, definitely. The only thing I'm a little bit scared of or anxious about for Team Taiwan is the fact that this has some solo carry potential, as we saw in the last match, or at least something that's close to solo carry potential, and then one of the Philippines players can just shine. That makes this one a little bit risky, but overall, given the experience, given the qualifier scores, all of this points to Team Taiwan. But Henry, specifically being the star player for Team Philippines, I do expect quite a decent score coming from them as well on this one, so all to take for still. We see Spine's Knight coming in for Team Taiwan, we see Kageno coming into Team Philippines, that is. Quite a lot of substitutions coming out overall. Still waiting for 2 more players for this. AR866 once again already highlighted, but CS6 double time, making it really awkward to play. Ramu actually gonna be staying in for this one on the Philippine side.
I think they probably bringing in Willie. Yeah, Willie's a good pick for Taiwan here. I'm probably looking at Shield for this map.
Yeah, this Taiwanese roster just in this lobby just screams experience. All of these players have been playing for quite a while, I do believe. Been in quite a few iterations of the OSU World Cup, rather. So definitely expecting quite a decent team score from them on this pick. There we go. So Enrique Geno, Nathan Ram, and Ramu can be taking on Spineside, Dazzlewind, Shield, and Willie on this double time 2 pick.
It's time for some small circles.
Early accuracy advantage for Team Taiwan. Shield still holding on to the double S actually in the early sections. Ramu finding him early break, but Shield actually going to be dropping. But Nathan trades it, so slight advantage for Team Taiwan in the beginning section of this double time 2 pick. Henry actually and Dazzlewind also holding on to the double S. Sorry to cut you off there. Kegano finding another miss for Team Philippines, so that's 1 full combo versus 3 right now.
Something else to talk about this map is the fact that it's really short, and because the mapping style is so old, like the combo in this, like the top combo is actually very low. I think an FC on this caps out at like 700 or 800 or something, so I think this ends up favoring accuracy a lot more than other maps would.
Yeah, and taking a look at the accuracy, there's 2 players on Team Philippines with 90 and 91, so accuracy is also in Team Taiwan's favor, and there's 1 more miss on Team Philippines, so there's 1 full combo versus 3 still, and the supporting combo for Shield pretty much matches supporting combo from Ramu, and that score bar is just increasing rapidly. And look at this Taiwanese team score right now, halfway into this map. Henry doing everything they can to get with Ramu, but there's just nothing you can do against 4 practically near full combos. Shield with the 1 miss. It's a 650,000 score difference already going into the last quarter of this map.
Yeah, Ramu gonna difference in how comfortable they look. I mean, just look at the accuracy differences. So many just much lower accuracies on like Nathan, Ramu, Kageno. Just major difference. Like, just ignore the combos for a second. Just how comfortable they look actually playing this.
Yeah,
basically just Henry.
Henry with the highest score in the lobby by quite a margin as well, 99.2 actually, still on to the FC. But the overall Taiwanese double time performance, they're breaking a 3.5 million barrier actually. Can they go over 4? No, that's too much. My apologies. But then again, beautiful team performance coming from Team Taiwan. Actually, they might.
Pretty close. Pretty close.
3.93 million. That's an incredible team score. Henry with a 99.3 accuracy FC, top scorer in the lobby, but 2 B ranks on Team Philippines is not going to help him in that sense. And Team Taiwan, I mean, I don't think there's a lot of teams that can break 3.9 million on this one, right, Azer? That's a beautiful team score.
Yeah, this is going to be one of the higher scores you're going to see on the weekend on this. That's pretty hard to beat. So, extremely good pick from Taiwan here. And I like that this is a very team-wide thing. You didn't really see any carries on this side of Taiwan. Everyone kind of just pulled their weight, you know? That's very nice to see. And I think that's pretty hard for Philippines to answer now. Considering, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty hard to pick against Taiwan. I think they're so well-rounded. You really have to like know your own team like super well.
Yeah, indeed, definitely. I think Philippines somewhat expected for this pick to not be in their favor, given the qualifiers differences. But wait, they're gonna go for double Taiwan actually. Okay, this is somewhat surprising in my opinion. And I'm not entirely sure if I agree with it, but we'll see how this one ends up going. This one is more traditional, right? So it should be. I think it's is it the hardest map in the map pool? Or at least it's higher to like.
Yeah, you would think, but people are so good at this skill set that it's really not. It's just probably the easiest one.
And again, it's still somewhat of a risky pick, definitely after getting pushed quite badly by Taiwan on that pre-double time pick, but let's see where they end up going. This one is air 10.3 after double times that rate, air 9 DT, and also I believe there's is this the map with 270 ppm bursts in them? I think it is, so that's really high.
Yeah, at the end.
Round of 32, so
You're probably looking at obviously Henry for the set of Philippines, but just for the other players, I think Kageno and Zawaos are kind of here for this kind of pick. So this is when they have to really deliver. The side of Taiwan, I mean, to be fair, Taiwan did really good on the DT1 qualifiers, but I don't really consider them to be crazy like the DT1 mechanics players. We'll see who they choose to bring in for this one. And Shirosara makes a lot of sense. He's kind of here for that. I don't think you're going to see Dazzlewind and Shield step out for like any of the maps. And actually, Dazzlewind does look like they're stepping out. They're going to bring Zane instead. Okay.
Zane and Rice coming in for Taiwan. The Philippine side, there's no change except for Xylos coming in for Ramu, I believe, on the Philippine side. So relatively similar roster. Actually, Zane might see Dazzlewind making his appearance once again.
I think they're both able to play this map just fine.
Yeah, probably. Especially after you said that this is probably the easiest one in the pool, given how this is the main skill set. Actually, really, we're going to be stepping in, so...
really? Okay. That's kind of surprising, but I can see that. I think it's pretty hard to find rosters for this kind of pick because it's the most common skill set. It's pretty hard to determine like who's most consistent, since like it's one of those things where you don't really have any like specialists for. You just have like a lot of people on your team that can play it, but no one like specifically is good at like DT aim like that. So
yeah, there's too much choice, which makes it difficult to choose. I get that definitely. Curious to see how this one's gonna go, especially because Taiwan is, in our opinion, the better double time team, but Philippines is picking double time against them, so that's definitely spicy. Early slip ups from either team. So multiple players going up to the double S, 5 double S actually on the board right now. This one is 2 minutes 24 in length, so also not that long.
It's dead even.
Only giving an inch. Still 5 double S on the board, 300 combo win. And all to come. Actually, Henry gonna be finding the first miss on the Philippines side, and that's their key player actually finding a miss. It's gonna give Taiwan a, but it's getting traded by Riser. That should favor Team Philippines, but Kagano dropping as well, so there's 2 FCs versus 3.
Okay. Yeah, Henry having the first miss there is just not an aim that you would expect at all. I think they're going to be able to recover, but yeah, that's pretty hard. I mean, that's a player that really wanted to do well on this. Taiwan will be slowly building up the lead until anything changes.
Yeah, the bottom side on Team Philippines holding on, but Kagano dropping their supporting combo. Going to further increase that lead. 3 FCs still. Double is still on Shirosora, halfway into this map. Titles as well, actually, on the Philippines side, but as soon as I say that, they have to drop. Actually, but Nathan Ram going to drop for Team Philippines. That's 3rd FC down. Taiwan's just running away with it right now. 3 FCs versus 1 on Silos.
No issues on any of the bursts, and I mean, that's basically the whole map at this point. There's very little left, and Taiwan looking really comfortable on that.
Okay. A double miss from Taiwan. Yeah, Shield actually.
There's no surely.
Surely not. Shirosora keeps holding on. There shouldn't be any time, I do believe, but I just Shield. Okay, no, there's definitely no more time now. Shirosora still on to the double is actually on the Taiwanese side. That should be a perfect score coming from them.
That break is secretly the hardest part of the map. Everybody's missing after it, except for Shirosora with the SS.
1.2 million with the double time. Beautiful performance coming from them. But this one backfiring for Team Philippines. Only losing by 300,000 points. I mean, 3.28 million on double time 1 is not a bad team performance, but I think that in a round of 32 double time one scenario, you definitely want that score to be a little bit higher. I would say. So Taiwan breaking Team Philippines 2-1 for them, and it's them to pick next year's or with the double. It's also so beautiful to see it in the OWC stand, in my opinion. Saw a couple of them in qualifiers as well, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah, I mean, this is not a hard map to have timing on by any means, but I mean, it's still always impressive to see an SS.
Yeah.
I think this might not have been the best picks, I think, for the side of Philippines. I mean, just if you look at it statistically, it just doesn't really make a lot of sense. Kind of backfires on them, and now Taiwan kind of gets that point for free, and we'll see what they go with.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with best of 9 scenarios, right? Where if you mess up one pick, then it's quite a clear disadvantage, right? You've given Taiwan just well, not a free point, but somewhat of a free point. The good thing about it is that it's a double time map, where if Taiwan was the double time one trick team, hypothetically, there's only one more double time left for them to pick, and then after that, where do they go, right? But then again, this one is somewhat back for the Team Philippines. We'll see. It's still round of 32. There's no free points in theory, I think, between these two teams, but still somewhat a fortunate situation to be in. And the thing is as well, Taiwan, once again, I'm going to highlight that they've never lost a round of 32 match, and it doesn't seem like they're planning on doing that today.
Alright guys, who's picking Nomad 2? Someone's got to do it.
Fremont 3 coming out from Team Taiwan, actually. So Nomad and him just being left open, actually. Both teams not hopping into that one just yet. Actually, Hardwick as well. Well, there's been bans in Nomad and Hardwick, but no picks just yet. Fremont 3 coming in. CS5, Air 8, so we're not going to be seeing quite a lot of overmods, I would say.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see anything at all on the side of Taiwan. You're probably seeing Flask on the hidden, I would say. Probably Flask hidden and like Shield, Hard Rock, I would say. They have so many people that can play this Nomad very comfortably. Actually, maybe they play Willy Hard Rock? I think Willy Nomad on this is probably going to be a carry potential, so I kind of like Taiwan's odds on this map, but on the side of Philippines, I don't think they're going to struggle with any of the mods at all. And Ree would probably run the hidden on this. I'm not quite sure actually. They have so many options here. It really depends, like from map to map. It's hard to say. They did play. What was it? I think Ramu played the hidden on the other free mod map that they played. So
he did, and we had a beautiful performance on the Hardwick on that one. So might just keep you on the Hardwick as well. Ramu did outperform the Daswin on that hidden on the previous map, but obviously that's on Air 8 hidden maps, so it's completely different, so not that easy to guess, but we do have both rosters set up. I think both of these are just completely expected, really. Shield probably going to be taking the Hardwick, as you said.
Yeah, the side of Philippines, I actually don't really know. No flat? Okay, so maybe it is... Honestly, it could be a lot of people. I want to say Dazzlewin prefers playing Nomad over hidden, but I think he might just have to be tanking it because I don't know how much hidden Willy plays. We'll have to see. I don't know. There's a lot of options. This is the type of map that's kind of unconventional, even for this type of pick. I mean, it's really low BPM. It's basically just an alt map almost. So I think the rosters are going to be a little bit different. It's actually Spines Knight playing. Wait. Yeah, okay, it's Spines Knight playing hidden against and an overmod on Dazzlewind. Okay, that's interesting.
Oh, actually, yeah, there's the hidden Hardwick on Dazzlewind. That's definitely interesting. Risky coming out from Taiwan, but it's their own pick, right? We see Zone Louise, Bernie PH gonna go with the Hard Rock, and then Shield as well matching them.
There is a place where time stands still.
I can definitely see Dazzlewind being the type of player that does pretty good on HGHR on this.
We're going to be fighting first
working out.
Actually. So that's one of the Nomad players down for Team Philippines. Then Zone Louise and Dazzwin going to be trading misses. Dazzwin slightly swinging, I would say, and then really going to be fighting a lot of misses.
Oh my god.
It's only Henry. Henry and Rami right now. Henry is the only full combo left, a hidden player for Team Philippines, and that switched immediately for Team Philippines, and then Scorebar is filling up Rami with a nice supporting combo, really finding another break. There's no combos on Team Taiwan, actually. Nathan gonna be trading that Zone Louise. Actually, they're opening the door slightly, but Henry right now is the Henry show for this one.
Yeah, Henry just played the hardest part of the map on Hidden without any problems. Really solid accuracy as well. Doesn't even step up on these streams there as well. Kind of looking really good for them, but I mean, Taiwan is slowly recovering, and the combo lead is like not that high, honestly. This is still really close. Ooh.
And Ramo and Enemy going to be dropped. There's no combos in Team Philippines, and that's shield only trading, so that's going to switch back immediately right now. Henry finding a miss there. It's really unfortunate. Still on a 99 accuracy run as well. Nathan going to be finding a drop Ramo as well. Dazzle went with a 400 combo right now in the Hidden Heart, because doing a lot of damage for Team Taiwan. Spine's not going to be dropping on the Hidden. That's still 2 combos versus 1 on Zone Louise, so Team Taiwan definitely in the driver's seat for this one. But Dazzle ends up dropping. Really ends up dropping.
Okay, and there's a hard section at the end here, and it's just Zone Louise with the Hard Rock combo. Really small lead for Philippines. It's just this section. Do they hold?
Shield ends up dropping as well. There's no combos on Team Taiwan. Dazzle and Willie, that's going to be sealing the deal for Team Philippines, actually. This one, breakpoint immediately back 2-2 scoreline, but this one went...
That was very turbulent.
Yeah, definitely. Not good for the heart for this one, but beautiful performance coming from Henry, especially being the highest score in the lobby, close to 700,000 points. So, and 2-2 score on the Overmod did not work out for Team Taiwan, and that's the risk you take somewhat. But looking back on the match and remembering that Overmod, you might start doubting yourself. Should I have Overmod or not? But there's a question that for later, obviously. But Dazzle win 520,000 points, not a bad score, but
I don't think the Nomad players really did that good though. I think at
did
that
not.
point, if you're gonna get a similar score on Nomad anyways, you might as well just pick the mods. I think it just didn't work. Henry, very importantly, held on with Hidden for a very, very long time through the hardest part with Hidden, right? So Henry's probably looking at this and being like, I missed, my bad. But the amount of time that he actually held was more than enough to make the difference for that pick. So really good on Philippines to take that breakpoint back after that DT1 that didn't really work out, and now it's their pick again, 2-2. What's
the
it
thing
gonna
is as
be?
well, we made a valid point of the fact that the Nomad players just did not outscore Dazzle, and so the Overmod especially did not ruin Taiwanese fans. So that's a misconception on my side. So, but then again, Henry shining on that one, the key player. And Nomad too is getting created. There we go. I was gonna comment on it, so I was gonna kind of mention Nomad 2 once again, but we are gonna be seeing it. I think that's the first time, right? Azer, your map getting picked.
Yeah, the only time it was left open. I mean, we did talk. Both of these teams are really, really good Nomad 2 teams. Who was going to do it? Well, it turns out it's going to be Philippines. I mean, Philippines, their accuracies on the qualifier Nomad 2 is probably among the best of all teams. They have 3 players over 99.7, which is really, really insane on a crazy stamina map like that qualifier Nomad 2 was. This one's going to be a little bit different. It's got a little bit more jank. It's got some unconventional patterns on this. The ending also gets pretty hard, I would say. Maybe a little bit too hard for round of 32. I think in hindsight, I wouldn't have said this before, but based on the fact that everybody's been banning this, I don't think many teams are confident at this map at all. Probably because it's, I think, the hardest map in the pool. So we'll have to see. I mean, on the side of Philippines, you're definitely looking at Zone Louise, Henry, and oh, I guess they're not. Are they not playing K15? Okay. Maybe not. I mean, they have a lot of other people that can play this. Kagano also played pretty well. I mean, on the side of Taiwan, obviously, you're looking at Shield. I don't think I need to sell you on how much Shield carries on these Nomad 2s. You can look at any of Taiwan's matches in the last 2 years. And that's basically the story of Taiwan on Nomad 2s. It's Shield and the boys. It looks like they are going to swap in K15 at the end as well. So, I mean, good roster for the side of Philippines. I'm really excited to see who wins this. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm really excited as well. As you said, there's so much potential on both of these teams, and I think all eyes probably on Emery and Shield for the most part for this one. But finally, we get to see the Nomad 2, right? Always fun to see those maps that haven't been picked yet. And then Hard Rock 2, let's hope that it gets picked later on today as well. Still plenty of matches to come, so perhaps. Nonetheless, 3 minutes and 13 in length. by Azer, Undead Corporation, Evil But Innocent, Nomad 2. I think Evil But Innocent is just a perfect summary of this map just in general, or like, beautiful. It all makes sense now. And we're gonna be the first one to drop actually on Team Philippines, which is completely unexpected. Dazzleman gonna be trading that one, but the actually slightly in favor of Team Philippines with the 2 double hits, actually Shield and Riser Kick. Ganago also finding an early break, so 2 full combos versus 3 right now.
I think that's pretty close to the type of miss that you're going to find on this. A lot of the stream shapes and angles are a little bit unconventional. I don't think maybe some of them don't really go the way that you want them to go, so it's easy to catch and lock.
Zayn gonna be dropping as well there on the Taiwanese side. It's gonna tie things up, I think, slightly in favor of Philippines with supporting combos on Henry and Kageno right now. There we go, already back in favor. But K15 gonna be dropping, so switch that back. There's only 3 full combos left, and we're only like the first quarter of this map, so actually 2 full combos left rather. Excitos and Shield, my apologies. Ryza ended up dropping the early run as well, so 1v1 right now.
Really close though. I mean, it's about dead even on score. Looking at Shield accuracy on this though, just
And both teams having also a really high supporting combo. The supporting combos also match pretty evenly as well, so this is actually dead even. Any miss or any accuracy drop can, or huge accuracy drop can just switch things over.
and we're getting into this part of the map that's probably the most like comfortable. I think we're the least likely to see some misses on this part, so all these combos are gonna build up, and anytime you're gonna lose any of them, it's gonna be pretty devastating. So we'll see.
Yeah, Team Philippines slightly in front, but once again, as you said, Shield went to look out for. Silos also matching that one. Henry and Dazzle also above 1k, and then Zayn's the first drop on Team Taiwan, but that was the lowest combo on Team Taiwan, so that shouldn't matter ultimately. If one person is going to be dropping, then it should have been Zayn, so that's not too bad still for Team Taiwan, but they need to see Team Philippines finding this. But the ending part is a little bit harder to set, I do believe so. But Shield gonna be dropping huge for Team Taiwan. There's a lost combo down on Team Taiwan, and Team Philippines has 2 combos that are beating Dazzle's combo.
Hold on, probably the hardest pattern in the map right here. And everybody holds, okay.
They're gonna be dropping, but that's not a combo you need to break, right? Silos, Henry, and K15 are all above 1,000 combo right now, and Silos only to the FC. He ends up dropping though, I ended up jinking, and my apologies there, but Henry and K15 still have...
Oh, it's going back.
As well.
It's going back, and now we're about to see a huge diff spike. Riser actually breaks the massive supporting combo, so Philippines got that comfy lead, but can they hit the ending?
They do have a buffer about 200,000 points. Silos could be finding another break, but that doesn't matter all too much. Henry still with a 1,800 combo. The ending section right now. Is there enough time for Team Taiwan? I don't think there is. K15 ends up dropping, but that's when it's trading it immediately. That's going to be Team Philippines taking home Nomad too, but this was only close to 200,000 difference in points, so it's just all in the back of Henry. Shield sadly with a slider break as well.
One shield break, I think, unfortunately just made all of that difference. I mean, Zayn also actually only has 1 miss. I missed that as well. Only 1 miss on Zayn. And shield. That's unfortunate for Taiwan, but that map delivered. That was very entertaining. Henry as well kind of recovered almost with the full combo, just had that early miss in the very beginning.
I mean, that slider break from Shield is just 250,000 points, or even more than 250,000 points are just gone immediately, sadly for Team Taiwan, and that's the difference maker there. But Henry, beautiful performance coming in, 99.2 with only with 2 misses, 17 100s, and Nomad 2 delivered Acer. This was a beautiful point, and wow, okay. 3-2 score for Team Philippines, but Taiwan to pick next. Double time 3 still left open. This one, once again, we're in that stage where one team has 3 points and the other team is to pick, just like last match. And this one's important. Taiwan lose it, and you're looking at 3 match points, win it, and we're all to play for once again.
I think it's pretty obvious Taiwan is going to want to play DT3. It's just, when do they do that? They have 2 picks technically, but if they lose 2 more maps, they don't get their last pick. So I think they kind of have to pick if they were saving it for a good moment. I think this is a good moment.
Yeah, fully agree. I think everything screams double time 3 right now, unless there's just something that doesn't suit them or for some reason. I'm not sure. At this stage, think double time 3 is just the only pick, or the best pick. And there we go. Okay, thank goodness. Taiwan gonna go for double time 3. Doesn't win. Putting it in the chat. Double time tool exhausted. And then yeah, after this map, nonetheless, whoever wins it, then Taiwan still has one more pick left. But then they have to look for another mod, and it's going to be a tricky pick as well. But let's focus double time 3 first. This one, 3 minutes 30 in length before double time, so that translates to like 220, I guess, something like 220. So relatively shorty. Well, I would say average pick in length.
Yeah, I want to say this probably is a major upset if Philippines are able to take this pick. Taiwan's roster is just so much more comfortable on maps like this. Not to say that Philippines doesn't have players that can match them, but in round of 32, it's not really about who can carry. It's just how many people are able to play the maps, right? Like, they're significantly easier. You can't really have one-man carries for the most part, right? So I think if you're looking at Taiwan, probably a lot more comfortable on picks like that. And this seems like this is also a little bit of a not too unconventional list, but this is a little bit of like a merge between all of the speedier DT skill sets that you usually see. So this requires you to be a little bit well-rounded, even as a speed player. I think this is going to favor Taiwan.
Yeah, on paper it definitely should, but they're in a position where they're trailing behind a point. They know that if they lose this one, it's 4-2 for Philippines. There's some external pressure, but I do think the experience of the Taiwanese roster, they should be able to handle that. Team Philippines is going to be drafting Enri, Zone Luis, K15, and Nathan. I think that's also a very reasonable roster coming in from them. We don't see Ramu for this double time pick, which we did see for the other two, I do believe. But well, Team Philippines did not end up winning either of those, so I think it changed for the better in that sense. Dazzlewind, Riser, and Shield and Willie going to be stepping in for Taiwan. I think that's the same double time roster as double time 1.
No, they didn't play Shirosara. Yeah, I think that's because Shirosara is probably more aim focused, and I mean they did SS DT1, which is surprising that they're not playing this. But again, I think it's a very similar type of map where you probably have more than 4 people able to play this. So most of the time it just comes down to whoever's feeling the best on the spot. Maybe for the case of Taiwan, that happens to be Riser and I mean, I guess Dazzlewind. I don't think Dazzlewind played DT1. I think that was the change.
Yeah, I think
regardless,
so as well.
I think they're still going to be able to play this just fine.
I completely forgot about the double S in double time 1, which is unbelievable. But then again, as you said, there's just too many choices to pick from at this point. It's just a round of 32 curse, especially for top tier teams or teams that are close to being the very best, such as Team Philippines. I would consider Team Taiwan definitely to be one of those teams as well. No slip-ups in the early sections of this double time 3 pick, but still a slight accuracy advantage for Team Taiwan. On the back of those 2 or 1 double S. Actually, no more double S's. My apologies, but still. Once again, we see Enri finding the first miss, similar to that double time 1, I do believe, or was it a different pick? Nonetheless, that's once again the key player from Team Philippines dropping. Also, quite the accuracy drop, I do believe. So, that's a huge advantage for Team Taiwan right now.
Yeah, I think this is the type of map where you're likely to see 7 FCs on this, so having that one miss might be super impactful. I mean, it's already just creating such a big lead for Taiwan. But, I mean, any single miss on either team is going to change that at this point. I've seen this section here catch a lot of people, but no one messing on the linear aim. Okay, they're all paying attention. For some reason, that spot, I don't know why, that spot just has gotten so many misses every time this is played.
Now, all 7 plays so long to the UFC right now. Enri, I mean, only trailing by 300 combo, but that's just being a huge difference maker right now. Approaching the last quarter, and at this point, I think Taiwan needs to miss twice because of Enri's miss being relatively close to the middle, or like at least past the first quarter. So things not looking too bright for Team Philippines, and still just a 4 FC on Team Taiwan. Beautiful kill coming in from them.
This is really going to be a 7-way?
well might be a 7-way. And the thing is as well, if the 8th player is Henry to miss, that's just even more crazy in my opinion. Zombie is going to be finding another miss as well for Team Philippines. That's going to be sealing the deal, I do believe. Really going to be trading it actually.
Aww. Almost a 4-way.
There goes the 4-way. Riser ends up dropping as well, but there's just not enough time for Team Philippines.
4.5 million. You get 4.2 million points on this and you still lose. How crazy is that?
That is insane. That is absolutely insane. We've seen, actually, Nathan also found a miss right at the ending there. So only 1 FC on Team Philippines, and then that's 2 FCs on Team Taiwan. But, I mean, the 1 miss from Riser's higher score than Dazzle wins FC because of the accuracy. So, I mean, Team Taiwan, 4.54 million. That is a beautiful team score. And they are one of the best double time teams in the tournament, at least in the early rounds, right? They might get outscaled going into like a finals or a grand finals double time pool, but at this point they're just so incredibly good at the double time as well. That double time 2 score, that double time 1 assist, right? So 3-3 scoreline, best of 3 to determine who's going to be advancing in the winner bracket.
I hate to say it. I think that 1 Henry miss was just the only difference there. I think that's so unlucky. Dropped the score by around 300k, was around the difference. I think Philippines could have won very, very slightly so. Really, really unlucky. But I guess
Yeah,
CT is always a pick like that. So yeah, hidden 2.
They are going to go for the Loyar hidden pick actually. So that's just complete opposite right now, right? Coming from a speedy double time pick going into a Air 8 hidden. And there we see Flask actually, so Flask is going to be stepping in for Taiwan. I think that's more than expected, but the Philippines just want to, I wouldn't say risk it, but just want to secure themselves a tiebreaker point on the Loyar hidden. It's a last pick as well of this match. Either way, yeah, for Philippines, Taiwan, either way gets 1 more pick. But then the thing is, there's no double time, right? We're getting into that territory where Taiwan has to figure out something different that works for them.
They've kind of exhausted most of their pick. I mean, they can chance them on 1, I guess, but I don't know. I really like this pick from the Philippines. When you look at a lot of the players on the Taiwan team, a lot of them are not super proficient at hidden. Like, they're able to play it, but a slot like this kind of just requires a lot of players that are specifically good at it, and a lot of their players kind of aren't. You know, like, Shield doesn't play hidden. Zane doesn't play a lot of hidden. Riser doesn't really play a lot of hidden, right? Like, who's playing hidden here? You got Dazzlewind probably coming in the lobby. Flask and Willie are able to play this map just no problem. It looks like the last, I guess, Spine's Knight will be able to play this. They're able to play hidden pretty well, but I don't know, like, I'm just comparing the rosters of like the people that can play this on Taiwan compared to most of the Philippines players, and it's just a different ballpark entirely when you're comparing this to Henry and Ramu. Even Nathan, I think, did really well in hidden 2 qualifiers, so yeah.
I think this is a very reasonable pick coming from Team Philippines. And we're going to be stepping in the 4th slot. As you said, most likely Dazzleman. We've seen him play quite a lot of it in this match. And yeah, there we go. So I think there's just no surprises in these rosters. But the thing is as well, this is just a completely different map from everything we've seen already. So I'm curious to see how this one's going to go. There's no precedent in this match. But as you said, the qualifier scores were in favor of Team Philippines. By quite a lot as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Dude, I love this match. They're picking all the all the weird maps that no one else is playing. It's only that Hard Rock 2, but if they didn't ban out that Hard Rock 2, I think it would have been played. But I mean, got some very entertaining picks from both of these teams, very non-standard.
Definitely. Looking at the qualifier performance on Team Philippines, Nathan was definitely the star player with a 885k score. And then on Team Taiwan, we have Willie, Spines Knight, Flask, and Dazzlewind, but all of them around 500k, except for Willie somewhat struggling on the qualifiers hidden 2. But the thing is as well, this one is round of 32, should be a little bit easier on paper. Team Philippines definitely beat Team Taiwan on the qualifier, so that's probably why this is a reasonable pick, I would say.
Okay, looks like some PC issues. Immediately aborting that, so we'll see if we can get that sorted out. I mean, more suspense, definitely what we need.
Might be. We might see Zone Louise actually coming in for Kageno then, if that's the case. But Zone Louise did end up playing the qualifier hidden too, so it might be the first slot. Yeah, and there we go. So there's only going to be for a fourth player for Team Philippines, and that's somewhat of a, how would you say, somewhat of a blow to their I wouldn't say to their chance, because Zone Luis probably can play this as well, but just you have this initial plan, and due to some external factors, it just cannot work out, and you have to swap things out right at the end. That's not a situation that most people like. So that's gonna.
Zone Luis can definitely still play this just fine. Not too worried. Plus, I think I'm kind of under the impression that Kageno was kind of their fill player for this. I don't think you're looking at them being a key player for this kind of pick, so I don't think they're affected too much.
Yeah, the three others are definitely the star players for Loyar, Hidden, Ramu, Nathan, and Henry. The fact that, well, I mean, they probably did have an initial plan of having Kageno for some reason, but I think, as you said, if one player had to drop out, Kageno is definitely the best on paper. So nothing lost just yet, but we're gonna get started this Hidden 2. We're not getting bored in this one, and that's 3 minutes and 20 in length, AR8, which is definitely the key part of this map.
Yeah, and this map for the first majority of the map, it's just going to be your typical low AR aim. It's quite standard, but eventually later on at the end of the map, a lot of people are struggling on some of the streamier patterns in this. Definitely changes like the type of aim that you need to use on this map, so test a lot of different things. Early on though, small lead for Philippines as Willie finds the first miss.
So Ramu's gonna find one as well, and that's should switch things over. We see Henry and Flask still holding on to the double S as well, actually. So the two, I would say, key players in this lore are Hidden Pick, both of them shining right now. Flask coming for his first map of the match and just ends up dropping as well, though. I did curse and dating him there, so I'm Willie as well.
The
so
same note on both of them.
Dazzlement as well. That's 3 combos down. Only Spine Snipe versus Zone Luis, Nate, and Henry. Ramu gonna... Okay, double is coming from Team Philippines, but still 2 full combos versus 1 there. Nathan being the key player in the qualifiers, and Henry's still holding on to the double S right now. And Spine Snipe ends up dropping, so no full combos
that's big.
One. That is absolutely huge.
They're gonna run away with that, and those streams with the stack at the very beginning, gotta be really patient.
And we ends up dropping a little bit of accuracy, so no double S's in this one, but still quite a advantage to Team Philippines, both combo wise and I think accuracy wise. Actually, never mind, Zone Luis actually is quite low, and Nathan's dropping in the full combo though.
He missed on nothing. What, Nathan?
But I think Emery's full combo is still big enough for Team Philippines if all of them hold on, but Ramu ends up dropping. Flask and Zone, Luis and Willie as well, so that's 2 versus 2, but Emery's combo is just way too huge. Impressive one was in the lobby, so still Philippines favored, but
we get into some of the more streamy parts of this. Dude, Flask's score, by the way, is so unlucky. I think he is holding on to an SS with 2 misses on jumps. Would definitely be a very different map you're looking at if Flask didn't have both of those. But I mean, we're getting into the ending of this. Henry, though, it's all on him.
Yeah, Henry show right now. There's a lot of pressure on Henry. 2 misses coming out. A lot of misses, actually. Only Flask versus Ramu and Henry, but... Oh, Henry, this is absolutely insane right now. Absolutely destroying this lobby with a beautiful score. 99.5 accuracy. We see a lot of misses on all players, really. No combos on Team Taiwan, and Team Philippines just running away with Ramu as well with a nice supporting combo, but especially Henry. This is absolutely insane.
Yeah, I guess they just needed that one player to make that difference, and Henry just really coming in on this one, whereas everybody's catching random misses here and there, he does not. And with really solid accuracies, well, only 500s. Yeah, look at that Flask score. That's so tragic. That's 100 with 3 combo breaks.
Yeah, the thing
is, I wonder if that would have changed much, though. I think like most of the Philippines players definitely played the map a little bit better. It's got some higher scores on there, so probably would not have changed the outcome.
Would have been way closer, but I didn't think it would have changed it indeed. Things as well, Taiwan was able to keep it quite close until the ending section there. Those streams really caught off a lot of people off guard. And Henry just once again, beautiful performance. And this is vital because we've gotten to the point where what's Taiwan going to pick? We've highlighted a couple of times, or at least I did. Now there's not a lot of maps
4 maps left. And it's the last pick of the match for Taiwan here. You've got to go for I don't even know, man. What are they even? You can go for no mod 1, play the consistency game, but I mean, not sure. That's always just a coin flip in round of 32. It's always a hard decision to make, like as a captain or whatever. It's just like everybody's gonna be able to play that map. You know, it's very hard to tell if you actually have an advantage on it or not. It's probably the easiest map in the pool as well. So. Got no mod 4 with the slider streams, just been catching a lot of people with the snappy aim, probably the most popular map in the pool. Don't think they're picking hidden, don't see that one happening. Hard Rock 1 is potentially okay.
Game Rock 1 is as well open still, but not sure where they want to take this. I think no mod 1 is just like a coin toss. They're gonna go for Hard Rock 1 alright, and so you're going to be seeing the other Hard Rock map. I mean, Team Philippines ended up banning one of the Hard Rock maps, so somewhat of an indication, but a lot of pressure on Team Taiwan for this one. Winning their own pick and they secure the tiebreaker. Losing their own pick and Philippines just goes into the winners bracket even further. So, curious to see what players are Taiwan going to draft, right? Flask is apparently staying in, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I do imagine Shield's going to be coming in for Hard Rock. Then the other players, I'm not entirely sure where Taiwan wants to take this. Obviously, Henry gonna be most likely playing for Team Philippines. Ethan, Ramu, and Zone also staying in. This map being 2 minutes and 10 in length, but if I'm not mistaken, the beginning section is really rough. Quite a few people get caught off guard there. So the map isn't easy, but it gets a little bit easier than the beginning section there. Ending might be quite hard as well, actually. Still only one player from Team Taiwan in the lobby right now, so last looking at 4 Filipinian players. I think perhaps all Taiwanese players just quickly practicing the map just a little bit to get the feeling going. We also have to keep in mind Taiwan has never lost a round of 32 match rather, so Team Philippines is getting quite close to do the thing that no one has ever been able to do before. I think Team Taiwan, the closest everyone ever came was a 5-3 a couple of years ago. There was a 5-2 against Team Netherlands as well, I do believe. No one has ever been able to get 4 points against Team Taiwan in round of 32, so Philippines is on new grounds. They definitely want to break Team Taiwan on Hard Rock 1 to secure a victory in the round of 32.
It's pretty hard to determine who's going to do good on this, though. This could really go either way. I don't really know. I wouldn't really give the advantage on this pick to anyone in particular. Both teams just have so many players that can like potentially pop off on this.
I see Rise of Shield, Dazzlin, and Zane coming in from Team Taiwan. All of them joining together. I think they were definitely practicing the map, which is a good thing. Curious to see who's going to be breaking in the beginning section.
Alright, it's do or die for Taiwan here. They gotta win this to take it to tiebreaker, or else they're going to losers for the first time ever.
I'm at the edge of my seat currently. And we're gonna be the first one to break native as well, so that's Domus coming from Team Philippines actually in the beginning section. And I believe that all of the maps where Henry missed his first, Team Taiwan won, actually. I think that is definitely some statistics say going to be trading one of those misses, but still 3 full combos versus 2. Ramu and Zone, but Ramu's accuracy is really, really low. Same goes for Dazzlin on the other hand, so still a slight advantage for Team Taiwan in combo, and I think slight advantage in accuracy as well. Actually, but Zone Louise 97.5 might actually probably tied, but the combo game right now.
Anything happening on this 1/3 section? Oh, shield! Oh, that's a lot of misses actually. Okay.
But Ram ends up trading there, so it's still
that changes.
Well, Rise ends up dropping one of the. Also Rise ends up dropping, so that's 1 full combo versus 1. There's 2 supporting combos on Team Philippines actually, but Ram ended up raping one more time. This one's gonna get really close actually.
Definitely a little bit of a combo advantage for Philippines. They just need some time to build it up here.
We have time, still 1/4 left of this match.
Oh, that's bad. There's no combo remaining. It's just shield at 300, and still basically an FC on 3 of them almost. Just massive combo advantage for Philippines. They do not want that tiebreaker, man.
The 2 misses on Team Philippines, but is there enough time for Team Taiwan? They have no combo actually to get this back. Every still highest combo in the lobby. Shield's doing everything they can, but it's a 350,000 score buffer, and we're getting right to the end. And it ends up dropping though. It's a drop from Rabu.
Wait. Surely there's no time.
Saying ends up dropping there, and score bar is decreasing, and this map just does not seem to end.
There's no time. Philippines take it. 5-3. No tiebreaker today. And Taiwan going to lose their first ever round of 32 match. That was crazy. That was crazy.
It was only 70,000 points, Cesar. I mean, if this map was 15 seconds longer or something, I think would have switched. But oh my goodness, Philippines barely winning that last point, but do end up going further into the winning brackets. Team Taiwan ends up dropping down to loser bracket, but they definitely did show up today. And especially in the double time bracket, they're a force to be reckoned with.
Henry is really scary, man. It's kind of good. Zone Luis as well, I think, had a really good game so far.
Yeah, the thing is as well, it's only round of 32, right? Like, Henry's potential goes way further than that, so the Philippines definitely looking really good this year as well. But they do end up playing the third seed, I do believe, next week, and that is, I think, Germany, right?
Yes.
So
a little bit of hard. They still have a decent chance at it. I mean, it's round of 16 is not too difficult to the point where Germany's like impossible to beat. They're definitely not favored, that's for sure. But I mean, it's definitely possible still. I mean, Germany also has to even get there. Who knows? They could lose to the Czech Republic. Actually, they are playing later today as well. So
definitely. But once again, huge congratulations to Team Philippines for taking that one. And what an incredibly close match. Definitely did not disappoint. Team Taiwan dropping down to the loser bracket, but all to fight for. And they also get they play against the loser of Germany versus Czech Republic, right? So they still have to look out for that one as well. But I think we have a slight break coming up now, Acer. Don't think there's a match at 2 UTC, which is right now then.
I believe there's actually a short break here for around 30 minutes or so. We're trying to get you guys a match of China versus Ukraine in about 30 minutes. That's also going to be pretty interesting. Both of those teams have rosters that are on an insanely upward trajectory compared to the last couple of years. So that one should be really interesting.
There's still plenty of matches to come today as well. Some really bangers also. I think still 7 matches left, so plenty to look out for. Grab yourself some snacks, dinner, lunch, wherever you're living right now, and definitely do come back in half an hour for Ukraine against China. Azer, it's been a pleasure casting this one with you. Really had a blast here on the stage, and I'd like to thank you for that as well, and everyone for viewing as well, obviously.
Yeah, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in around 30 minutes. In the meantime, you can always look at some. You can always look at some banners. That's still a thing. That will always be a thing. You can always buy these profile banners to support the countries that you are interested in supporting. Most notably, though, also this year, as a new addition, you can also just donate directly to the pool. It's the first time we're trying that. It just adds to the prize pool. Nothing beyond that. That's all it does. So if you're looking to support OWC and the prize pool for the winning teams, then you can look in chat right now in order to do that. But for now, we're going to be taking a short break. Don't go anywhere.